We can actually talk to it this time.
We were pretty well in sync.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to
Words?
episode 31 of Parkside Chat. I know it sounds like I'm smoking a pack a day. I'm Brian.
And I'm in the kitchen cooking a Vicky sponge. I'm TJ.
What does that mean?
I'll bake you one later.
Oh, okay. And it's hot as hell in Philadelphia, and I'm Liz.
Is it really?
It's like really hot and humid. It's been so nice, like low mid 60s, and then today was hot, and it's going to be hot the rest of the week.
So it was really, I went out to water the plants because we haven't been getting a lot of rain here. So I've decided that I'm trying to water the plants in the front yard when I can remember to do so. And tonight I remembered to do so. Try to do it when the sun is down because I think it's better for the plants so that the water doesn't like fry the plants. You know what I mean? And it's really nice outside right now. Like really nice.
It's nice when the sun goes down.
It's like California weather right now. It's hot in the middle of the day, and then in the mornings and evenings, it's actually bearable. We'll talk about it later tonight, but we were at Disney Springs, and oh, Julie's here.
Hi.
We were at Disney Springs last night for the drone show, which we'll talk about later. And
stayed for both shows.
It was so nice. Yeah, we stayed for both shows actually. So we'll tell you what we thought between experiencing it like VIP and then experiencing
it with the rest of the crowds.
Yes, thank you.
The rest of the world.
Yeah.
So I do sound raspy. I was sick in the middle of last week, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I would say. And then I started to feel better by Thursday, but then my voice has just kind of been, and especially at the end of the day.
Talking a lot.
Anyway, well, thanks for listening. So that's my explanation of my voice.
No, he was just getting his cosplay ready to play Bane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or who did I sound like the other day? I sound like somebody else. Cher. I sound like Cher for a hot second.
For some reason you did. Wagon Watushi.
So we actually have kind of a fun, I was like thinking today, I was like, actually, I'm kind of looking forward to tonight's episode because we have been doing a lot and we haven't had an episode for a few weeks now.
And Liz is back.
Liz has been super busy at work. And we will not be back next week. We will have to take a hiatus again, but then we'll be back after that. But I can't have too much pressure on this show. Like, I have a lot of other pressures in my life. And
this is our fun time.
I cannot have this be a super pressure because it's not like we have 500 people watching.
This is our fun time with you.
We appreciate everyone who does come in and hang out with us and those who rewatch it as well. So welcome in. Hopefully this is kind of like you also get some insider tips because, you know, a lot of what we do long format, but, you know, we talk with no filter in here. So hopefully you learn some pro tips along the way, and I appreciate y'all being here. So, and I know TJ does too.
Yes.
And Liz does too as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's get into it. So, not this last week, but the week before, Fox 35 invited me out to judge food. Sorry, we don't have any pictures of the food. This was such a whirlwind when you're like, they brought me out to judge food. I was one of 5 judges. And so when you're in that behind, or not behind, but in front of the camera, it's hard to capture the content and do all the things that you would normally do as a content creator. But it was a really great experience. And I was happy to be there. I was actually going to be there last week too, but unfortunately, because of my voice, I was not going to show up sounding like this on TV. So, but it was really fun, and it was a good experience to do this. And actually, my week was the burger. What do they call it? The burger. I don't know. They've been using a funny term each week. Yeah. But like, it was burgers the week that I did, and both burgers were really good.
They looked good. Yeah.
Yeah, they were really good, and then I would seek those food trucks out.
They had you there pretty early too, so it was like you guys had burgers for breakfast.
Yeah, I actually didn't eat that much. I really had, a couple bites of each, and I should have taken it, but I think we had other stuff going on that day, and it was just one of those days, and I didn't eat the whole burger on either of them.
It's like
I
the
think
Dave Portnoy version of it, where you just get one bite.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Hmm.
So you can find this segment. If you just type in Fox 35 Truck Showdown Burgers, you probably will be able to find this if you want to watch the full segment. Um, but that was fun.
How was it being
Anything you
on
want
live
to?
TV? Was that your first time like on live TV?
That was my first time, I think, on live TV, and so it is different. There was no prep.
Mm.
So, I mean, I knew what we were doing. We kind of knew where we were going to be sitting. They told us exactly where, the order that we'd be sitting in. I obviously met my fellow judges, and I mean, there was prep like that, but there was no prep on what questions we'd be asked live on air. And so can be a little bit nerve wracking. But I tried to stay out of my head too much about staying too much in my head or overthinking. And so Danielle, who is on the left hand side, she I don't think Amy ever really talked to me too much, but Danielle was the one who was kind of interviewing or asking me questions. And she said that in her thing, she said, "And I hear you're a burger expert." And I'm like, a burger expert? But you just have to keep rolling with it.
Yeah,
So you just kind of like
right.
play into what she's giving. And so that's key. So it was really good kind of like PR practice to like answering questions on the spot, because these are professionals. Amy and Danielle obviously do this every day. And so, they're used to being on the fly and asking things. So, but they treated us very well. A shout out to Joel, one of the producers, and then Jamie as well. Especially Jamie, she really made us all feel at home as we came in. Everyone was so friendly at the Fox 35 studio. So.
I'm really happy you didn't turn into another viral clip of "I like turtles" or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand that.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
You haven't seen that? The little
There's,
kid?
there's so many instances of that.
I'm sure if you showed me, I'd recognize it, but you know how bad I am.
I
And
like
there's
turtles.
plenty of R-rated ones too, but we won't say those
We won't do
here.
that. Yeah, we won't do that. Okay.
All right.
Proud of
So
you,
I'm.
Ryan.
Thank you. Thanks for
Yeah,
if
you
you
did a very
tuned
good
in.
job.
Thank you for tuning in. I'll let TJ kick this one off.
Yeah, so this one we actually had on the same day. He had to do the Fox 35 thing early in the morning, and this was in the evening in Tampa. So basically, this was kind of like a media event to kick off their summer programs and stuff like that. And they were introducing on the bottom left, their new ice show, which was actually really good. This was
Yeah.
like they built this from scratch. They used songs that you've heard before, but as far as the storyline and the characters and everything, it's all from scratch, and it was really well done.
Yes,
Cool.
I was impressed with it. It's definitely a nice show.
Mm-hmm.
We love. Well, TJ, I think maybe he's only seen it once now, but I really like the ice skating show at SeaWorld. And
Oh, the Christmas one?
the Christmas one.
Yeah, that's the first time I saw it.
So it's nice to see a kind of ice skating show implemented in a theme park. It is theater-like, so it's not in the round or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're basically sitting in the theater, and the stage is just ice.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very well done, I thought.
Yeah, we went with our friends Tom and Justin up there. And then at the end of the evening, down in the bottom right, they had fireworks to like known music. You would know it, and that was very good. And
I
it's
was
nice.
surprised by that.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised by the seating because it's in an open field, but they have actual seats in the field. So it's not like you're sitting on grass and getting itchy.
So if you're going to Tampa and you're making a weekend, which we already believe that you could 100% make a weekend trip of Tampa, because we just had a visit with Visit Tampa Bay.
Oh yeah.
And so we've experienced being in Tampa for the weekend. You could easily do 3 full days in Tampa, one day being Busch Gardens. Especially I would probably go in, later in the day. Don't go all day, maybe go at, 1 or 2, even though I know it's hot then.
Yeah.
But that way you can stay for the fireworks. These fireworks are taking place on, I believe, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, so it's not every single night. One thing I know about these fireworks is they have seating for you, which is really cool. Like there's they open up I think they call it a lawn is what they call it. And they open up a lawn. It has a more specific name, but they open up the lawn and there's tons of metal benches. So the show's not that long. It's about 10 minutes, the fireworks show, but it's very nice. And they have kind of, as before the fireworks get started, they have activities for the kids and like
Cute.
glow sticks that they can borrow and play with.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing, I don't think TJ mentioned this, is that for the summer, Busch Gardens has brought back free beer.
Mm-hmm.
So you also can get free beer.
Free?
I think it's 2 7-ounce, I guess that's 7 ounces that I'm holding there. Two complimentary 7-ounce cups of beer. And you do have to show your ID as well as your park ticket to be able to take advantage of that. This is something that the Busch Gardens Park, including SeaWorld, used to do like on a daily basis.
And I think they did for military personnel too. You just show your military ID and you get free beer.
And now, I remember back when one of my friends, she used to work at SeaWorld, and when Anheuser-Busch owned SeaWorld, they would give her cases of beer.
Oh.
Like to take home, like as an employee, they would give her like I don't know how frequently. Anyways, this is back for the summer.
It's better than a pizza party.
Right.
Did you say it's better than a pizza party, Liz?
Yeah.
For
Oh
the
my
employees,
gosh.
yeah. A little sliver.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Because you can take it home, you can enjoy it with friends. I feel like the pizza party mentality is just like bleh. But that's
Yeah.
something that people could use, especially in the summer. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about Busch Gardens?
No, you kind of mentioned it all. It's perfect. It's a perfect addition to like a Tampa weekend.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I really liked Busch Gardens. They keep the park really nice and clean. If you're a roller coaster person, there's lots of roller
Plenty of
coasters.
those. Yeah.
We haven't taken the train through the Savannah yet.
This park's so
and
huge.
what I didn't realize is they have gondola buckets that go across the park, and I didn't know that. Like the ones that used to be in Tomorrowland that went to Fantasyland at Magic Kingdom, they have something like that. So when we go back next, I want to make a point to do the train and the gondola rides.
Yeah, it'll cut your walking time in half because again,
The
this
park
park
is
is
big.
huge.
It's like maybe it's bigger than Magic Kingdom.
I feel like, yeah.
It's a big loop. You there's a lot of walking there. Alrighty, I don't know. We might be back for Oktoberfest, but we might not be back to Hall of Scream. It's hot.
Hey, Mikey.
Mike is here.
Hi,
All
Mike.
right, we're moving on. All right, so this is our Waldorf. Oh, hold on, stand by. I had a glitch here on my end. This is our Waldorf Astoria stay. Do you like the picture that I took of TJ? Isn't he so handsome?
Glam. So glam.
So this Waldorf Astoria stay has kind of been somewhat of a long time coming because we've been waiting for the renovations to be complete. I have stayed at the Waldorf Astoria before only because I had a Hilton reservation, which is next door, a Hilton Bonnet Creek reservation, and they upgraded me over to Waldorf Astoria about 6 or 7 years ago. And it was time for an update, and of course Waldorf and Hilton knew that, so they just finished an update on the Waldorf Astoria Orlando, which is Bonnet Creek. And they say, this is a nice way to describe it, they are surrounded by Disney. So they are not technically Disney property, but they are surrounded on 3 sides by Disney, and the other side, they border kind of I-4.
And in order to get in it, you kind of have to go under the gates.
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go under a Walt Disney World sign to get here into the Waldorf Astoria Bonnet Creek. We had a suite.
Which is very nice. You could tell it was
Nice.
renovated, yeah.
And we the first, let's see, it's just a one night stay, which I'm kind of liking the one night staycations. I just kind of like the one night stays. I got a cough, excuse me.
And
That
I was gonna
breakfast
say-
plate looks nice.
that was by the pool. It was the fruit platter. Which I noticed within our stay, a lot of the stuff they have is fruit forward, like fruit infused. Like the water, for example, there. One
Oh, yeah,
had
with the
strawberries and the other
strawberries.
had blueberries. So they had a lot of fruit.
Refreshing.
So-
we call that
Yeah.
spa water.
Spa
Spa
water.
Yep.
So we started our visit with the spa,
Hmm.
and they have made updates to the spa as well. So TJ got a massage in the salt room,
Yeah, which is very
Yum.
nice.
and then I just went in the standard salt room. And I have been in a salt room before in Vegas at the Canyon Ranch Spa at the Palazzo, in Las Vegas. But that salt room was not blowing out salt the way the salt room at the Waldorf
Hmm.
spa was. Like,
There was
it
a
was blowing like little micro pieces of salt,
hmm.
and I was just covered in powdered salt all over like the robe, my robe, and my legs. I was looking real ashy.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Is that like when you go to the beach, I guess, and the salt water dries on you? Like that same idea?
Kind
Yeah,
of, yeah.
maybe this is what like cleansed me out and triggered me to get sick. I don't know, because I did start getting sniffly in there because it was cleaning things out. Like the
Mm.
salt was cleaning things out. So maybe there was some monster lurking inside of me that needed to
Oh,
come out,
that
and
right.
that's what's been
Not a
released.
monster.
It's just interesting way to word it, but
Because
okay.
I've been having mucus every morning still. So
Yeah.
maybe I'm still being cleaned out by the salt room treatment.
The healing properties of a salt room treatment.
Yeah, I mean, it
Mhm.
really got in there and scrub a
What
dub
else?
dubbed.
What else do you do in there though? You just is it like a sauna? You just sit in the room and
So
then
yeah, you just sit in the salt room, and it was a 50-minute treatment. So I took my phone
Mhm.
because I was like, I have work to do, and like I can do two things at once. So I did take my phone into the salt room,
did it
and
survive?
of course, I mean, it's not hot.
Oh, okay.
It's just blowing the salt. So my phone got a little salty too. Mom's here,
Hello.
Hi,
and
Mom.
Better You Journey is here.
Hi.
I'm not sure their name. Do you know their name?
We're gonna look.
Okay. Well, hello and welcome. Thanks for coming in, y'all. So the spa, you liked your massage?
Yes, she did a
Do you
very.
remember her name so that people know?
I do not, but she did an amazing job. I definitely. I'm sorry. She
It's important.
she was very thorough though, and she was very tentative on making sure I like felt okay the entire time. Where as far as
Oh.
is that enough pressure? Is that too much? Let me know how that feels. And I told her the harder the better because for me especially, I always get knots like underneath and around my shoulder blades.
Mm-hmm.
And once we were done, she was like, "Yeah, I could tell. It's been a minute." And so she was like, "Don't wait too long before the next one." I was like, "I'm sorry."
We need to get you on a rotation.
So
Hmm.
we didn't stay in the spa for too long
Hmm.
because we had a schedule.
So after that, we did afternoon tea.
Yes.
Mm.
Hmm.
The afternoon tea is, I believe, $75 per person. And it is your standard afternoon tea. You can upgrade to get a glass of sparkling wine. We actually did the mimosa upgrade.
Hmm.
And the way they did the mimosas was pretty cool because they froze a juice and pieces of fruit into like a square shape, and then they poured the champagne over that.
Hmm.
Though I will say it did take a while for it to really melt and kind of come to, because of the ice and then the cold champagne, so it didn't like turn into mimosa right away. But very
Mm.
cool. I like the presentation, and the afternoon tea was good. I would recommend it. So if you're looking for a afternoon tea with maybe the kids, I think the kids price is $40, with the adults being 75, or with your girlfriends. They are only doing it on Saturdays right now. So,
Mm.
and on the website it said it was booked for like until June. Well, we're in June now, but it was booked for several weeks. So
Wow.
make sure that you call ahead. The information is on the Waldorf Astoria Orlando website. After that,
Yum.
we headed to the pool because we did have a cabana. So that's where the fruit and the spa water, that's in the cabana. Very nice. And then that evening we were back at the location where we had afternoon tea. They had the afternoon tea in Bull and Bear, and we were back at Bull and Bear, and Bull and Bear was just amazing.
Hmm. I could literally have like a huge, like literally a tub of those mashed potatoes. They're that good.
Mm.
Mashed potatoes were
Yum.
delicious.
Their fries are super crunchy.
The fries
It's
were
it's so funny. The table that was sitting next to us, they got the same order of fries that we ended up getting, and we could hear the crunch from all the way on the other side of the room. And then they were like, "Hey, can you send them some fries?" So they bought our fries for us, which was funny. But they were very good.
Aw. That's nice.
And the service at Bull and Bear,
Perfect.
amazing. It's like it was like being on a cruise ship. The
Do you
level
remember
of
our server's
service.
name?
Well, the only server I remember is
Oh.
Tony.
Tony, yes. Yeah.
I only remember Tony.
She was amazing.
Yeah,
Tony with an I.
Tony with an I, like Tony Braxton. And then let's see. We
After that, we ended the night with espresso martinis.
yes.
Yum.
And you can see in the bottom right, we had a balcony. And so that view is looking straight at Epcot. So we were watching the fireworks
Wow.
show.
So cool.
Yeah, you have
So,
great
so cool.
views of property. Every time we have a room like this, like, you know, it's like Swan Reserve or another tower property, you're like, oh, this is like the best view.
Aventura, you
it-
had a good one.
Yeah, Aventura.
Oh, yeah. That was really nice.
But really, like these, if you're in a tower and you're facing Walt Disney World property, you're gonna have a pretty cool view because it's fun to identify the different buildings, especially if you're familiar with property. It's
Yeah.
fun to identify those buildings out in the distance.
Definitely.
All right. So immediately following our stay at the Waldorf, we checked out there and we went straight over to Universal
Mhm.
for DreamWorks Land pass holder preview.
You really did have a busy few days.
We've been pretty busy,
Mhm.
and things have been busy here. Like there's a lot of new stuff happening in Central Florida within the theme parks and everything. So it's been pretty busy.
Been running around.
I really liked DreamWorks Land. I didn't really follow this land. I mean, Shrek is fine. I've never seen a Smurf movie, and of course, I've watched like the first one or two Kung Fu Pandas. I definitely have not seen Kung Fu Panda 3 or 4, but it was really cute. I think it's a nice addition. Obviously, they didn't like have a crazy budget that they built like crazy new attractions with. I mean, obviously Epic Universe is coming, so that's where their efforts with that. But this area I felt like needed an update, and they did a really nice little update here.
Yeah, I'll agree. Even with
R.I.P.
the
to Barney.
and
But Barney's
Five-
been gone for a while.
that and Fievel Goes West.
And,
somehow
oh,
somehow that was thrown back there, which was so random. But I mean, I guess
So
it fit.
random.
But yeah, even the
And Curious George, he was back
oh,
there.
that's right. The
Mhm.
Trolls Coaster was a cute addition. I liked Shrek's like swamp area. They had a huge fan blowing back there, which is very nice. So
They were doing their best to
Yeah.
try to make sure the land stayed cool.
because there's a lot of like open area.
And they had a lot of like temporary big massive fans that were just blowing air around, which I don't know.
I don't
On a
think
hot
they'll be there
day,
forever,
yeah,
but-
a hot day I would appreciate.
That
And I
stage
think
show was
I
very
just
good.
I was gonna say I watched your video earlier, and they have splash pads, right, for kiddos.
Mhm.
Yeah, they have a few.
They have two shows. So the main show is there on the left hand side. You'll see what's his name,
King
King
Julian.
Julian.
King Julian. And that show was good. It's really for kids. It's not really for adults, but I think an adult would be, fine. I mean, it's cute. It's well done. There's dancing. There's live singing.
You're in the AC.
You're in the AC. It's in the round, which was cool. And so all the characters of the three IPs that are represented are in it. It's just cute. And then the other show is Poe does a it's kind of like a Turtle Talk type show where Poe's on a screen and he's doing a live show and like he's interacting with the audience and it's like a live show.
Wait, who's Poe?
The
panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
Oh,
That's his
I've
name.
never seen it. Okay.
The first one's good.
Yeah, the first one's cute. I haven't seen
the
3,
first
4, or 5.
The
or
first
6.
2 are good. I haven't seen anything past that.
There's a third one and a fourth one. I think the fourth one came out last year.
Somewhat recently, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I this is a win, I think, for Universal and for things to do with kids when you bring them to Universal.
Yeah, it's a good addition for sure.
Any walls coming down are good walls to come down.
The food
Mm.
was not great.
It's a little pricey.
Very expensive. The Shrek pretzel was $12. I'm like,
For the
Did it come with anything?
how much are Disney
just the
pretzels?
green cheese.
Mm.
But I mean, it's a decent size, but that's still a little like pricey. And then
I feel like
unfortunately-
Disney's are like $9.75.
It's $7.50 for a Mickey pretzel in
Oh,
20 as of
yeah.
2022. Yeah, it's weird.
but
Why is the pretzel that much?
I was gonna say
They're
the
coming after
popsicle
Baymax
too. The popsicle too. The team member, as soon as they handed it to us, they were like, "Just make sure to eat it or get your pictures as soon as you get it, because the second I hand it to you, it's gonna melt." And sure enough,
Ooh.
as soon as we opened it, it did.
Ugh.
It was like $25 for those two items. I'm just looking here at
What?
Disney's. This is
Yeah.
just happens to be the Liberty Square Market. A turkey leg, for reference, is $14. A Mickey pretzel is $7.79. Let's see if there's any ice cream. A Fanta frozen slushy is $5.49. So, I still believe that Disney food prices really have not gone up that much.
Mm-mm.
So I have to cough again. Excuse me. It's when I talk too much.
But it was IG worthy, yes.
Yes.
That's cute.
But is
Did
it
you do anything else when you went to
$25
Universal or
IG?
just DreamWorks?
We went to
It was
the
hot.
we went to the tribute store,
Oh, that's right. That's right. I did. See
which I
that.
love this version. It's really
It's
cool.
nice, but it was crowded, and so
That's the unfortunate
we
part.
didn't get a lot of good content because it was brand new.
It just
Oh,
opened,
I
yeah.
also want to say one more thing about the DreamWorks Land annual pass preview is that kudos to Universal for actually making it a preview where they don't let everyone in, because they were checking everyone as they came in, and it was very light. The amount of people in there was not that many people in there, and it was so enjoyable it was hot.
to
but-
actually like walk around and enjoy it
Yeah.
without being shoulder to shoulder with people.
Yeah, not a lot of kids yet.
And I'll say that because when they opened it up, it was very hard to get a spot, or they filled up rather quickly. So, for example, it opened at like I think 9, and it was gone by like 9:15, 9:20.
Yeah, I probably won't be back in this land once it's really open because I don't. Heck no, do I want to go in here with all those
Once it's full, yeah.
children?
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, also aside from that, we did the tribute store, and I love this version. It's gonna it gives the old
So it's a
80s.
VHS rentals,
Like a blockbuster.
movie rental place.
yeah, blockbuster vibes for sure. A lot of neon.
And then
Stranger
a movie
Things.
theater, and then an arcade.
I was gonna say it's exactly for that, because I'm pretty sure towards the end of the year or closer to Halloween, the final season of Stranger Things. will
If
come out.
Mom is still here, the arcade area reminded me of Laser Force, which was our laser tag place down the street from where we lived growing up. I had a birthday party there one year, and that it just reminded me of Laser Force and like the 90s, like entertainment venue in a strip mall.
Prime time. Yeah.
And we don't have any pictures of the tribute store, but
I will say all of both the Dreamland preview and the tribute store, we put we made a long format video, and that's on YouTube, so you can go check that out to get a better preview of it.
I wish we could automatically play a video for everyone immediately following a live. That would be cool.
I'm sure it does.
Oh, like hook it in.
Yeah.
Did I spell that right?
No.
Oh, right.
So the Royale should have an E at the end. But
Spelled-
that's okay.
Spell check is my best friend.
Yes.
Hey, at least I caught it.
Yes.
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
proud of the fact that he
Apologies
recognized
to
that
the
he
Curly
didn't spell
Brow
it right.
team.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So Cree Burrell, still spelled wrong. So Caribe
Send
Royale.
that.
So
That wasn't me, I swear.
if you're not familiar, Caribe Royale is located on World Center Drive. It's just off of 417. So a lot of people growing up coming to Walt Disney World, if you flew into Orlando International Airport, MCO, and maybe you took Magical Express. Does anyone remember Magical Express days?
Mhm.
You would probably pass Caribe Royale on your way into Walt Disney World. Caribe Royale is just like not even 5 minutes down the road from the Walt Disney World Gateway. So it's very close to Walt
Right
Disney
there.
World.
Yeah.
And they invited us out for a hosted stay. We were there with some other creators, like Julie was there, JK Creative. She was there with us over the weekend. So hi, Julie, and her husband, Andrew. So the first night we got to check out, and this content will be releasing, short format will be releasing over the next week or so. And then we're doing a long form video on it too.
Yep, that'll be out
So
as well.
eventually that will come out as well. So we started with Stadium Club. Do you want to talk about Stadium Club?
Yeah, Stadium Club is actually pretty impressive. It's like you walk in. I never walked in the what's the ESPN bar at
ESPN zone.
ESPN Zone on Boardwalk, but I imagine that's kind of what it would look like, where you walk in and it's like 360 screens with a bunch of sports.
Sorry, anytime I mute, I have to mute TJ because we're on the same thing.
So yeah, it was like
Excuse me.
360 screens with sports playing, a full bar, plenty of seating for like sit down dining. And then in the back, so the top right, you'll see that screen in the back. That's kind of like an interactive screen. So that little green square on the floor, that you could put like golf on there and you swing at the screen.
Oh.
And they had a bunch of different games on there, which was pretty cool. They had golf, they had lacrosse, they had soccer,
Like a dodgeball type
dodgeball, like with
Wow.
zombies on it. Carnival games where you knock down the pins, like anything you think of was on there.
Cute.
So that's like that's definitely for kids for sure. And we played it too, which was fun.
Is that bacon on a clothesline?
game. It is.
It's candied
Wow.
bacon.
Actually, I did
Wow.
like that candy bacon.
Yeah.
And then there's,
Wow.
I'm not sure, so we didn't read the menu for this because they just brought these items out. The pizza, not sure what that exactly was.
It's like a
but
pesto
Yeah.
something.
there was pesto, and that must be ricotta on it. And then in the middle of those triangles around the edge, there was, I think, a tomato sauce or tomato inside.
Those wings are really good.
And the wings, actually, I really did enjoy the wings as well.
I could have more of those.
Yum.
And then, so we hung out here. We had dinner here at Stadium Club.
And then we went up to, what was the bar called?
Rum Bar.
Rum
Just-
Bar.
That's it? Rum Bar.
It's just called Rum Bar,
It's
yeah.
just called Rum Bar.
But it's, I don't want to word it wrong. Is it co-owned or
No, it was just a partnership with
Bacardi?
Bacardi. So anyway, there's supposed to be some kind of relationship with Bacardi there. But that was nice, and we had a really good espresso martini-esque drink.
It was, yeah, like the older brother of an espresso martini. So it was very strong.
And there had to be rum in it because it was a rum bar. Because I think pretty much all their cocktails on the cocktail, it's a full bar, but on the cocktail menu, everything was rum. I would recommend stopping into the rum bar. It was good.
Yum.
And so the next morning we went to their buffet,
Yes,
and that's located downstairs. It's okay.
I would recommend room service,
Yes.
Room
It's-
service is nice.
Yeah,
which we had the next morning.
Yeah. But then after that we had, oh, actually, yeah, we had that. And then we had pickleball lessons.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
pickleball.
that's right.
Which we've never played before, but I can see why.
Have
it's
you
a big
played,
thing.
Liz?
What part of me is ever remotely athletic?
You
Absolutely not.
It was fun.
no,
I was good
Crazy
at serving.
Philadelphia
Mhm.
is crazy.
Right? I was good at serving.
yeah, it's like you don't have to do too much movement to actually like get into it, but I see why a lot of people pick it up so quickly.
Yeah, it's very,
fun.
It's very easy.
It's very fun.
It's very easy, very chill. Like it's not too much
Fulfilling your
pressure.
challengers.
Yeah.
That's life.
Julie says we're all pros now, right? I mean, yeah, that's what I feel.
Yeah,
I feel like in a matter of time, like I could be in competition.
We're going into a tournament. Yeah.
Get him onto a league.
Yeah.
Sign him
Mom
up.
wants to know if we're gonna hear about Liz and Matt's experience at Shuckfest, which we can save. We can hear about that
Chat
at the
about
end.
it, definitely.
So yeah, after our pickleball lesson, we had that with 2 instructors. One was from Spain, and he was
Barcelona.
yes, and he was very dedicated. You could tell he knew his stuff.
Did you tell him that we've been to Barcelona?
I did not.
Yeah, probably a good idea because you probably want to talk about that forever.
Yeah,
You
he was
would
very
get your
chatty.
coaching done.
He was very chatty, but you could tell he was very passionate about what he was talking about, and it showed.
Oh.
So we had a lot of fun.
I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm. And then after that, we changed and then went down to the pool, which their pool is pretty nice. We had a cabana.
We didn't go down the slide though. We should have gone. I totally forgot about the
I
slide.
think it was a little too small for us.
No, it wasn't.
I think that was for the kids. I looked at it. I stood right next to it, and it was very narrow. So I was like, maybe that's for the kids.
Well, if I would have remembered, it's just kind of like we were not in the eye line of it.
So we were on the opposite side.
It's kind of a U-shaped
Yeah.
pool,
Mm-hmm.
and so we were on the other side. I would have gone.
It was very relaxing just to sit out there. And
I bet.
we got
The waterfall,
mm-hmm.
The waterfall.
Sat on
right
the
behind
back.
your picture. It looks like a
Yes.
waterfall.
Sat on the
It
back
is.
side of water.
It's just the way you said it.
The
I'm just mocking
backside
the
of
way you said
water.
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder why I take breaks on this show. I'm just kidding.
it.
And then you want to talk about dinner?
Yes, and then so that evening but we had Kelly's ice cream. So if you're
They have Kelly's ice cream there.
yeah, that's cool. So
Mhm.
if you are there, you have to stop by I think it's the marketplace or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the main like lobby building, and it's on the first level, and they have Kelly's ice cream.
This is our favorite.
Yum.
And
Just make sure to get Cookie Monster. It's the best one.
I had strawberry, and then I had Oreo dough. Oreo dough was a little bit too rich for me. I should have just stuck with just strawberry.
Mm.
Anyway, but yeah, they have Kelly's ice cream.
And then dinner.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about the dinner.
Ooh, that crab. Or is it a lobster?
So
It's
originally we
stuffed.
had dinner at like 5:30 or 6, and I was like, that's way too early because we didn't have lunch until like 1:30 or 2, and it's just too back to back.
Mhm.
So we did adjust our reservation till 7, and Julie and Andrew joined us. So we combined our reservations, and we had dinner at the Venetian Chop House, is what it's called. I just want to make sure I said that
Yum.
right. So it was a very nice dinner. It's obviously a steakhouse. It's the Chop House. I had the filet. Julie had the filet. What did Andrew have? He had bison,
It was bison short rib.
Mm.
and he said it was good. And then TJ had the lobster.
Yeah.
A huge
And
lobster.
How much was that? 1, 2.
It was 120 on the final bill. It's quite
For
quite
just
a
the
lot for
lobster.
that. For just the lobster.
Yeah.
Yikes.
But the sides were very good.
Mhm.
The mac and cheese was a lobster mac and cheese, and so another thing that Andrew got was he got the a lobster bisque,
Oh yeah.
Mm.
which he said was good. And then I saw another creator that was there. She got the lobster bisque, and she said it was really good.
Mm.
So, anyways, for the mac and cheese, they put some of the bisque in the mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
You
Ooh.
definitely could taste it, and it was a good mac and cheese.
Hannah
then we had
Montana,
the-
best of both worlds.
There you go. And then we had the potatoes au gratin, and then we had the Brussels.
Mm.
And then for dessert, we had 3 desserts. Our favorite was the cheesecake. And our server, shout out to our server. His name was Diesel, and
Yep.
he was a super friendly guy.
Mm-hmm.
And we closed down the place,
Yeah.
even though we weren't there that late. So don't get any kind of crazy
No.
Like
notions.
till midnight?
No, it was like 10 o'clock, and we were the last ones there.
I
They
don't
were
even think
closing.
I don't even think it was that
It was
late.
hitting about 10, like 9:45 or 10
This was Saturday night you were
on
there?
a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like dead there. Like when we first got in, there was
It
a
was
decent
kinda
amount of
busy.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But anyway, we heard from Diesel that they are getting a renovation there,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
even though it has a nice feel. It's a steakhouse, so it's dark and moody and
Elegant.
elegant and mysterious. But it's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Fun.
Julie says we're party animals, apparently.
It
Anyway,
was We had espresso martinis, and you asked for
Oh,
Bailey's.
they had good espresso. Yeah.
Those are very smooth because one of the bartenders in the back, she works at Boat House. And so I knew it tasted
Mm,
somewhat familiar. And she was like, yeah, I make them there too. So it was kind of a similar vibe. And they
Yeah,
were
it
very
tasted
good.
very good.
Nice and smooth.
yum.
But so my thing too is like you have to have an espresso machine too, right? Like how are they doing that?
Mm-mm.
Do they have an espresso machine in the back? Do
No,
they have
a
a
lot of places
pre?
just use coffee.
There was, where did we go? We're going to get to it, but before we went to Haleo last night, where did we go? It was
We
the
went
bar.
to Enzo's Hideaway.
I saw
Mm,
that she just poured it in a glass from like a container. So it
Yeah,
was
they probably
pre-mixed.
pre-do the
And I was
espresso.
like, oh.
yeah. Oh, it's
So I was
definitely
like,
a
Was it not
pre-pour.
good?
it's okay. I gave it
Anyway,
a
the
7.
espresso martinis for dessert. That was my favorite part of dessert, actually. Is
Yeah,
the espresso martini.
it went very well with the desserts too.
So my preference in the chat, let us know. Do you like a creamy espresso martini with Bailey's, or do you like it just more like black,
Like a strong
like a
coffee flavor, yeah.
stronger? I
Strong.
like the creamy version with Bailey's. So if you are looking for a creamy version of the espresso martini, just when you're ordering espresso martini, say and kind of have a bit of Bailey's in that as well, so that it'll cream it up a little bit.
Mhm.
That's my preference.
Yum.
I was happy for my 30th birthday party. You made a bunch of espresso.
Oh, yeah.
That was the theme.
I made batch espresso martini.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So in fact, I think did I make it the night before, or did I just make it
think
the
you
day
did.
of and I put it in the freezer? So
Oh, no,
Aaron's here too. Oh my gosh, Aaron,
hey, Aaron.
I miss you, Aaron. I need to talk to you
Uh,
soon.
I think you made it the morning of and then just put it in the fridge. But yeah, so that was dinner, and then the next morning we had room service, which was a lot better.
Aaron, I need you to block off. I'm going to tell you right now.
All right.
I need you to block off. Whose dog is that? Pickles. Pickles can say some. Block off September 7th, please, Aaron. I know we need to get together soon. We'll see each
Pickles is
other
just
soon.
keeping the house safe.
He's doing his job. Yeah,
The
so after that
boys.
that morning we had breakfast in the room service. It was very good.
Yeah, it wasn't hot because we were taking pictures and trying to be cute. But if it was served hot, it was served hot.
It was so, yeah.
When they brought the plates were very hot, and but we were taking pictures, so we let it get
Doing your
cold.
photo shoot.
But I thought everything tasted good, even cold. It tasted good.
Yeah.
So,
The pancakes were huge.
Yum.
definitely, if you're
They gave
gonna
me like 5.
if you're gonna do Cree Burrell, you're gonna stay there for breakfast. Just get a room service.
Yum.
Anywho,
And
but-
then
Yum.
after that we went back home, but then later that evening we left because we went to next slide, please.
Disney Springs.
Yes.
I just want to say one more time, thank you for Cree Burrell for hosting us
Yes.
and for everything that you did for us over the weekend. We appreciate that.
Yes. It was very
And
fun stay.
if you're interested in staying at Cree Burrell, reach out to TJ. He can get you more information as a travel planner, and Waldorf Astoria too. If you want to book the Waldorf Astoria, either one of those. Yeah, let TJ know.
Yeah.
All right, so we went to Haleo
Mhm.
for their Dreams That Soar tasting experience. Is the official title, I guess.
Hmm.
So this is, let's see, what kind of pictures do we have here? Oh, there's Faye. So
Like a
So-
movie star. I love it.
this is Haleo is at Disney Springs. It's between House of Blues and Summer House.
Mhm.
And it is a Spanish tapa style restaurant, and they are right on the water at Disney Springs, and that's where the new drone show takes place. It's called Disney Dreams That Soar.
Mhm.
And if you've been following Disney Dreams That Soar, you'll have noticed that it's getting very crowded for those shows. And there's lots of people because obviously it's free to go to Disney Springs, and the show is in the skies at Disney Springs. So it's basically like a free Disney show.
Mhm.
And it's really quite, in my opinion, quite good.
Mhm.
And so of course Disney Springs is going to be crowded, but if you want to have your own semi-private viewing area and sit at a table and enjoy it from a table, you can book the Dreams That Soar tasting experience over at Haleo. It is $79 per person. They also have a cocktail version where it is, I don't think there's seats. I think you're just at standing cocktail tables. Not sure what's included in all of that, but it's $35. So, the seating for the tasting experience, this is at 7:45, and it is 5 courses, and it is a total of 13 tastings within those 5 courses. There's a lot of food.
Wow.
It was a lot.
We did not eat everything.
No,
We did. We were full.
I don't even think I got to taste
I think there were some things that you didn't taste.
the salad.
Oh, the salad. You wouldn't have liked the salad
Okay.
because it was basically an onion salad.
Oh,
fennel
so yeah.
salad. You
But
love
Oh,
that
no.
one on the top, the one on the top right, was olives. Normally, I don't eat olives, but those were good. I would get those again.
So what you see in the spoon is liquid olive. So somehow they make a liquid olive thing. So you down that, you suck that right up, and then you eat the stuffed olive. And the olive, you know what that olive is stuffed with?
No,
Anchovies.
see, wouldn't have guessed that.
And TJ ate both of them and enjoyed
Yum.
both.
Yeah, you're very good.
That was my favorite. Faye was with us. Faye and her husband Bilal were with us. It was nice to spend the evening with them. And thank you to Haleo. They actually hosted us for this experience as well. So thank you to Haleo.
And then the drone show was, how long would you say that was? Like,
I think it's like a 10-minute run time. I think it's a little less than 10 minutes. I don't know. You know what it is? It's more like 6 minutes because I filmed the whole show, I think. And it's like a 5 or 6 minute clip.
yeah, I would say it's around that. But yeah, they go through basically the storyline of all the drones that go in the air are all of the characters that can actually fly. So there's like Peter Pan, there's Wally and Eve, there's Guardians of the Galaxy characters, there's Star Wars. What else? There's Peter Pan, if I didn't mention that. There's a few of them. But it's a very good it's a very good show, and it's impressive because it's so big up there.
The runtime of this clip is 8 minutes and 40 seconds. So it's about a 9-minute show.
Yeah. And then at the end they have their own original song.
Which is good.
Cute.
I mean, to
And how
think.
long does it show for?
Yeah, I didn't know it had an expiration date.
It does.
So we're going to look that up real quick. But I can see why it gets crowded because everybody wants to see it before it leaves, even though it kind of just started.
Through September 2nd. So it'll still be playing when you're here, Liz.
So
perfect.
we're going to go see it.
Yeah. I love that.
Julie says Andrew loves seeing The
Boys, okay.
Rocketeer. The Rocketeer is in it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they have a few like throwback characters in there too.
Yep. Aaron says until September 2nd. So it is confirmed. September 2nd is the final day. My thought on this is that it's testing for entertainment within the parks. I just don't. This is a very nice show to be free, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It would be
This is
perfect at Animal Kingdom, though.
Yeah, that's what I said in my notes that I post on my Instagram story.
That's where I feel like it's going to end up. It's going to replace Kaito.
There's a lot of extra cast
Whoa.
members. There's a lot of extra cast members at Disney Springs because of the traffic control. I don't know if they've had to pull those people in because they weren't anticipating what it would be like. Like if you see the night 1 footage of the masses,
Crazy.
it was crazy. So I don't know if they've had to pull all that together in the last few days to make it better, but it was smooth. So where we watched it, because we watched it the second time we watched it was just as a regular guest in the viewing area on the west side. So I don't know if there's a viewing area on Market side. Somebody can confirm that. I don't know.
But we did see people watching it from the dock of Boathouse. By that
of
bar
course.
out there.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So where you enter, the shows are
You
9
enter by
o'clock,
9 and
9
then
and
like 9:40,
10:45, or I think it's 9 and
10. Somewhere around there.
anyway. Look up the times. Somebody can look up the times and put them in the chat. Anyway, so we lined up a few minutes before the second show over at
Cirque du
Cirque du Soleil / House of Blues,
Mhm.
and that's where the entry point is. And the viewing area goes from the back of House of Blues all the way over to the balloon at Disney
Yeah,
Springs.
Starbucks. So like that whole section.
hmm And we were able to find a spot. We had to keep walking a little ways to find a spot. They do have areas where you're supposed to stand taped off like they do in the park for nighttime spectaculars and parades. So you just follow the directions of the cast members. Some people did that, some people didn't do
And
that.
I think, yeah, people were freaking out and trying to squeeze in front of people and not in the taped areas because they wanted to be close to the water. But the cast members kept reiterating that the show is in
It
the
happens
sky.
in the sky.
It's not going to be on the
Like
water.
it's
You're
not
gonna,
a stage show.
yeah, you're going to see it. It's fine. And then there was some little kids that one girl, like, I
They
felt
weren't little kids.
however they were younger than me. They
They were
this-
old enough to know better.
that part. This one girl like shoulder checked this old lady next to me to get in front of her and stand in front of this family that had been there forever and us.
Oh my god.
And then she kept looking back to her boyfriend like, say excuse me. But I had the camera standing right in front of me. And so I was like, I just stood there.
Yeah, no.
Like, don't do that.
So rude.
Yeah.
So rude.
Oh, anyway. Yeah. So I feel like eventually this show is gonna leave and
This show,
gonna-
to be honest, it's not safe. It's not safe to be at Disney Springs like this.
and that's small of a capacity.
and just because it's a free thing and there's people that are looking for free stuff and just take that how you will, but it's very generous of Disney to be giving this type of show away
And in
for
the
free.
summer when it's peak season and
Yeah.
there's
School
so many
just got
people
out here.
down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to see it, I highly recommend doing Haleo's cocktail hour, which is $35 per person, or the tasting experience for $79.
Yeah.
And if you've never done Haleo before and never eaten there, it's the perfect time to experience a tasting menu at Haleo.
Mhm.
That would be my recommendation. However,
Pro tip.
we will be back to watch it as regular guests. So,
And we'll put the full thing on YouTube.
'Cause
if
we
you
have
wanna watch
people
it
that will-
from the comfort of your home.
yeah, yes. So, but I do really enjoy the show. It's so like people say, oh, they've said leading up to us seeing it, like creators, influencers, you don't really get the magnitude of it on camera
No.
and on film,
Yeah.
and it's true, you really don't. Like this scene with Wally and Eve,
This
it
is
is
cropped, but like
so
if you
well done. They're huge in the sky, and they rotate, and they have like this
Yeah, the
moment
movement of it
together.
is crazy.
And it's like very cinematic in the way that they rotate. It's beautiful the way it's done. So Julia's saying that Summer House said that their gardens were all trampled now, which is
I
so
believe
disrespectful.
So rude.
So yeah, that's my thing, is that it's a free show and there's people that are looking for free stuff or that would not normally come in and spend $150 a day at a Disney park
Right.
for a ticket, and you have them coming in and going crazy to see this free show. So I personally say put it behind a paywall in a park. That's just me personally.
That's
That's
why we can't have
my-
nice things in Orlando.
that's my candid thing that I will say, but it won't necessarily shout it from the rooftops. But that's my feelings on it. So, but it's really well done, and I'm excited to see how they use drones, because I worked on Main Street for several years and saw wishes every night. So I'm kind of like I'm numb to fireworks a little bit. I love seeing projection on the castle. I love this use of the drones to make something in the sky,
Yeah.
and this kind of almost replaces fireworks. And so I'm also curious because we did see a drone drop. TJ posted a
Yeah.
reel and a TikTok on that today, and so I wonder how much an individual drone for this really probably doesn't cost that much money in the grand scheme of things. Um, Somebody asked about the drones.
Aaron did.
Aaron said something, and then Mom said, "Where are all the drone controllers based?" So, the drones launch from
It's like behind Cirque.
yeah, from a parking lot kind of behind Cirque du Soleil.
Hmm.
They have a walled off block, supposedly a wall. I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but supposedly a walled off area of the parking lot is where they have the drones launch from.
Hmm.
And then Aaron says drones are logistically tough and so expensive to put on while it is free. I'm sure that as every year passes, that the drones become a little bit more affordable. Disney did have a drone show that was sponsored by AT&T in 2016. I'm sure it was much more expensive and difficult to put on,
yeah.
and that was at Disney Springs as well.
Hmm.
2016 feels like
The show times, I did look up the show times and
forever ago.
confirmed that the show times are 9 p.m. and 10:45 p.m. I just can't believe it was that long. We were still Haleo that long.
I think it's because the server,
The
they
server-
were
the
they were taking
server-
their time.
I will say that the service, though, if you want to have a server, ask for Ella. Unfortunately,
Mhm.
Ella, our friend Ella, was not our server that night, but we saw her. So
Mhm.
if you are at Haleo, try to go a night that Ella's working, though you'll never know what night she's working. I'm sure there's no way to find that out. But Ella is fantastic.
Mhm.
And we had actually seen her at another restaurant, and she used to work at, and she's so sweet. And so she saw us and came over, and she really wanted to be our server. And
She really
at the
did, yeah.
end, at the end of the day, I really wanted her to be our server. Normally, the service is better, but the service last night was not great.
They were taking their time.
Let's see what else. I wonder if Disney Springs is easier to do because of the flight patterns. Yes. So you do have to have a certain flight pattern because of the drones dropping out of the sky, as we saw last night on the second show. A drone, it still was lit up. It just fell into the water right from the Death Star sequence.
It looked like it was purposeful, like a laser.
Yeah, at first I was like, "Oh, what's happening?" And
But
what's
then it
po-"
just kept going.
and then it just went all the way into the water, and you saw the plop of water pop up after it went in, the splash. It was funny, but you can't really send these drones over guests.
No, it wouldn't be safe.
Yeah.
So I think that there potentially could be a way to do it with Animal Kingdom, where maybe that bridge between the Nemo Theater and Everest, they could have that be the entrance point, block off that bridge since it's a bottleneck, have cast members block it off as the drones pass through and then come back over. I mean, they could just hold guests on either side as the show goes on, and that could be the entry point for the drones.
And I feel like that's, I was thinking about this at Busch Gardens when they had their fireworks. I'm like, isn't that somewhat harmful to the animals?
That's
Like,
what I was thinking, yeah.
Whereas drones would fit perfectly in Animal Kingdom because it's just wind.
Aaron said about the flight patterns, yes, but they fly low enough that you don't have to worry too much about that. And Disney it seems like I think Disney kind of controls their airspace. So Disney can call the shots on what's in their airspace.
I think as long as they keep it under
A certain amount.
the height of,
What, the 200 feet or whatever?
yeah, what's the ride right next to it? Expedition Everest. If they keep it the same height as that, I think they should be fine.
Is that that's your theory?
No, because they kept it under a certain height, so because
Under the-
how.
Oh, for the flight
199.
patterns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So they didn't have to put a
put
light on the top of it.
The light on the top.
Yep.
Very good,
I
TJ.
remember. I remember
You're
things.
doing great.
I remember. Hi, lady.
But definitely recommend. I mean, go see it with everyone else who sees it for free.
There have been TikToks of people saying like different spots to view it in. Obviously, the spot that is designated for it is the best because the music's right there. Yeah. But there are other spots, like for example, people have said one of the top of the garage, one of the top of the garages. we thought maybe
Coca-Cola store.
the top of the Coca-Cola store.
Even
That
though
could
I
be an
bet you
option.
that's so packed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
If I was Coca-Cola, if there's a decent view from Coca-Cola, I would say at a certain time it closes. Like say,
Yeah.
close it at 8 o'clock, and then have ticketed people ticket it, and then make people pay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Coca-Cola should make people pay to be up there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there's other spots too.
It's a great opportunity for some of these restaurants to incentivize
Or at least like a food and
people.
beverage minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anything else on this? Any questions about that, Liz?
No, this all looks great.
Is that the end of the slides?
I think so. Yeah, that was the end of our like long 2 weeks since we haven't
Yeah,
been
it was
here.
a marathon for the two of you.
Let's hear about that Chuck Fest, Liz.
But yeah, so talk to us about this Chuck
Aw.
Fest.
Chuck Fest, oh my goodness. So one of my coworkers had bought tickets to this like 3 months ago. They weren't on sale. It was a fundraiser hosted by Oyster House, which is the city's like premier seafood restaurant.
Tell them what city you're in.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So it's the best spot for happy hour in the city. It's the best like seafood dinner in the city, like, and it's a small restaurant. They might have like 50
Never taken me
seats.
there.
Okay. Well, next time you come, we will go. We avoid Center City a lot when you come. We do a lot more of like the smaller neighborhood restaurants, but it was 12 different oyster farmers throughout like New Jersey, New York. There was one from Pennsylvania, I think a couple from Delaware, and I believe a few even more south than that. And it was a ticketed event at an outdoor restaurant, and you got tickets, and you just whatever oysters you wanted to try, you put your ticket in the basket, and you get to walk away with an oyster. It was incredible. The weather was beautiful. They had a band playing all day. They didn't do a 50-50 raffle, which I would have preferred, but they did a raffle for like a romantic boat tour around the city, and then a dinner voucher for like $250 to Oyster House, which would be amazing. We didn't win. But we did paint don't laugh at my painting skills, but we did paint some oysters. So I made one for Pickle Boys.
Oh,
It was me drawing a pickle, and then ladies' bow. I tried to make a bow, but it looks more like
It looks like a
apple
what's the
from
thing?
Snow White.
The thing they put in your fist to punch somebody.
a globe?
You know the thing that
Oh, the boxing rings?
Like brass
the-
knuckles.
Brass knuckles. That's what it looks like.
I was gonna say it looked like the top of a dinosaur.
Or that. It looks like a
But I thought it kind of looked like the poison.
It looks like latex. It looks like an X at the end, not a Y. Well,
All
good
right.
good job,
We were
Liz.
in the sun. It was hot. But it was really, really fun. I was a little like anxious at first, like what is this going to be like? But I'm so happy that we went, because it really was so much fun. And I'll definitely be going next year. So maybe next year you guys can come up.
Yeah,
in
that would be
June.
fun.
And we can all go together because it
In the
was
heat.
the tickets were $75 a piece.
Okay.
For your oysters, everything else was on your own, but really, really fun.
Awesome.
That does sound fun.
Yeah.
Any other updates from anyone?
I don't think so.
So this week,
I was just gonna say, what's in
our friends Eder and Alini are coming from Brazil, so they will
Yeah.
be arriving on Wednesday. What else do we have? So we don't have anything. I mean, we have a park day. I think we have Epcot on Sunday, possibly. We have a Universal, I think, the next week. So there's some stuff. So we won't be on the show next week. We're gonna go to Miami for a really quick, like 24-hour trip.
Oh my
But
god.
it's better than a 6-hour trip.
You on the Bright Line?
No,
No.
we're gonna drive. But yeah, that's what's happening.
Okay. That sounds fun.
And then we will be back.
And then
I think we have
Virgin's
Well,
somewhat soon,
Virgin
yeah.
is the 26th, so we'll be on a sailing away. And that time we will go take the Bright line
Hmm.
down to Miami, the port of Miami.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So the Bright Line station is downtown Miami, and so you would have to Uber or Lyft from the
They
Bright
have
Line
a
station.
free shuttle service.
But also, we have premium seats this time with Brightline, and
Hmm.
they give a $10 credit. So actually, technically, we won't even have to pay too much because
Yeah,
they give you a $10 credit
Hmm.
that'll be
if
good
you're
for
riding
their
premium.
private car. For their private car, yeah.
Anywho, so that I already told TJ, oh, it's gonna be so nice because we're gonna like get to the Brightline station, and we're gonna be having the premium experience with
It's so
Brightline
quick.
and being able to eat food and drink drinks and all
Hmm.
that stuff.
Yeah,
And then get to Miami. We get on the ship and keep it rolling.
Hmm.
that's
I
so
think,
Yeah,
yeah,
fun.
for the sailing, we're gonna try to do the stuff we normally don't do, aka
Mm.
stay up for the parties because we're old.
we can just like go to the party, take some video pictures, and then leave.
Okay, you're not jumping in the pool with your clothes on. Everybody else
Mm.
does.
The Scarlet Night.
We gotta get
Hmm.
something for red for
Yeah.
Scarlet Night.
Yeah.
Did you do the Key West? So we're on a Key West
Hmm.
itinerary. You did the Key West.
Yeah,
What did you guys
that's what I
do
did
in
with
Key
Mom.
West?
We went to we did the lighthouse. We did all on our own. We didn't book any excursions. We did the lighthouse. They also have like a little train that you can pay like $5 to get on, and it'll take you on a tour that you can get on and get off places.
Hmm.
And we did I want to say the Hoover House, but I don't know that it's Hoover. It's some president's old like summer
Um,
residence.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. How
Um,
was that?
Mom loved it. I thought it to
So I would
be
love it.
pretty interesting. Um, but we were able to squeeze in a lot. We
That's good.
also
And did you
we went to a different restaurant for lunch.
did you get the tram? Did you get the tram pass so you could hop on and off that, or did you just walk?
We ended up just doing like a round trip. So the train took us down to the like where that big buoy is that everyone loves to take
Hmm.
pictures at.
Hmm.
So we just sat on it. But you go through like residential Key West and see some of the really amazingly decorated houses. I'm sure for the month of June it will be like
Pride
wonderfully
everywhere.
set up for Pride.
Hmm.
Um, and then yeah, we were back on the ship well before we even left. So we like within like 4.5, 5 hours, we did a bunch. Got some
Yeah,
key
that's
lime
what I'm
pie.
thinking. Probably. Oh, did you get key lime pie? Did you get it
Hmm.
at the restaurant you went to? What
Ooh.
restaurant did you go to?
I'll have to look at my photos, but I'll
Okay.
send it to you because it was
Was it
pretty
good?
good. Hmm.
I want some
And then
now.
where we got
Well, you're
on
gonna
the
get some.
train,
And like, not now.
where we got on the train, there was I mean, it was very much like a cruise ship, you know, shops and clip joints
Right.
and stuff like that. Um, but the key lime pie was pretty good, so I would get it again.
Mom wants to know, did you go to the Ernest Hemingway house?
We were going to. We were
Oh.
going to do that on our list because we took when we took to the train, we went by it, and we walked by, but Mom wanted to do, I think it's Hoover. She wanted to do the Hoover house instead, but the Hemingway house is stunningly gorgeous. It looks like it's picked out of like New Orleans. Like the architecture looks
Hmm.
completely different. There's like the big swampy, mossy trees in front of it. It's really, really pretty. And apparently they have a bunch of cats there, if I remember correctly. My fun fact.
It's Truman's.
Truman.
Hmm.
That's who it was. Yeah. And that was fine. I think the tour was only a couple of bucks. But like you're led by a tour guide who's very passionate about the history of the house and the summertime and when he would come down to stay and all that good stuff.
Very
It kind
nice.
of reminds me of like if you ever get to tour Walt's apartment, how everything's like
Hmm.
memorized in time. Like it's the
Mhm.
chairs that he sat on. It's the couch that was
Mhm.
in his office. Like it's kind of just memorialized like that. But very well done.
Well, I'm looking forward to stopping in Key West,
Mhm.
someplace that I've wanted to go to, but it's even from Miami, it's a very long drive. I know my
Mm-hmm.
parents went into the Keys. I don't know. Did you go? Yeah, mom and dad went all the way down to Key West because she just said that they walked by that
Mhm.
Hemingway house, but they were too cheap
Mhm.
to do the tour. I was doing some research. It's like $20 to go into the
Mhm.
Hemingway house. That's
Oh,
it's a house.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
$20.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we're looking forward to that. Of course, we'll have a day at sea as well for our Virgin cruise, and then we will have a day at Bimini at the Virgin Voyages Beach Club.
I think that one stays like during the night because it has
Fire
the
and
name of the
sunsets.
sailing. Yeah. So they're gonna actually hopefully they light up the pit, the globe thing.
Last time we didn't see
Ours-
it because I think
It was
we
during
were
the
just-
day.
Ours
Yeah.
was really
We
windy,
didn't stay that long.
so they didn't do it for us. We couldn't leave. They made us
Oh.
board, but we couldn't leave for like 3 more hours because of the wind.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for coming in.
Yeah.
And Liz, I'm glad that you were able to come and
Thanks for
hang with
having
us
me.
tonight.
Mhm.
We actually need to talk after this, so
We do.
don't disconnect. We will see you guys in a couple weeks later in June, and you know where to find us if you're looking for travel help, booking travel, planning your travel. Reach out to TJ,
Mhm.
and you can always send me a DM as well too. I'm here to help if you have questions or need an opinion. I am always keen to give an opinion. And that's it. We
Never.
will see you next time. Be quiet, Liz. We will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.